Okay, I want to talk about 7 things that I've learned turning 40 that I think you learn about in your 30s that I think could help you in the future. I've lived in different countries over the last 12 years. I now live in Berlin. So I'm going to talk about my experiences from living here, but I also lived in Australia for 6 years. I lived in Asia for a year. And before that, I've traveled quite a lot. Number 1, people want you to be like them. You start to get asked questions in your 30s like, are you going to marry that person? Is this the job that you want to do for a long time? Are you thinking about your future? Are you saving? Are you doing these sorts of things? But this is all stuff that you sort of figure out on your way, and you don't always know what you're doing, because that's fine. Sometimes these people that ask you about these questions are older. They come from a different generation. They don't travel as much. They never even thought about living in another country. So the idea that you're going, actually, I'm going to go and try and work things out, and I'm 32 in another place, is just bewildering to them. It's crazy. They probably had kids at 24, 25, and they're a little bit nervous for you. They're worried about how you're going to feel and how you're going to be developing as you get older. They're probably just a little bit worried about you. They're probably wondering, is this job secure enough for him in the future? No jobs are secure these days. Are you on the same vision as them? And we're not. We're all on different paths. Sometimes you might have kids at 24, sometimes you might have kids at 40. I think those days of everybody having children young are different now, and that's totally fine. We're all on a path at different times. And in your 30s, you're still working all that out. Hell, I'm 40, I'm still working it out. But I think when you move to Berlin, people stop asking those questions. They're like, okay, this guy is on a different path now. It has a stigma about the place, a place where you can feel like you never want to grow up, or you never can grow up if you want. Going out here in this city, people are from all ages, from 60, 70 years old, still in nightclubs, to 20 years old. So it's a place where you can feel young for longer. And that makes you feel more creative, I find. Number 2, fear doesn't go away. You still feel nervous about doing things. You're worried about how you're gonna look. Hell, I'm doing this video now, and I could get judged on it, and I don't care, It's a sort of thing that you always will feel, but the more consistently you do something, the less fear you're gonna have about doing that thing. A lot of people try and tell me that your 30s is a bit more of a chill time compared to your 20s, but it wasn't for me. I still like to go out and party, probably too much. Maybe I was making mistakes, but it's my life. I was still kind of fearless, and I just never wanted to grow up, and I feel like that's kind of why I ended up in Berlin, So the fear doesn't go away, but you just have this sort of more internal confidence that things will probably work themselves out. So if you're having doubts or fears about doing something or making a commitment, whether that's moving to a new place or getting in shape and training more, just go with it. Trust your gut instincts. Number 3, your environment matters. Who you surround yourself with definitely depends on where you're going to go in life. And that's very true, and it's fine to be around party people. You're still in your 30s, you're still having fun. But realize the more you hang around with those people, the more you're going to stay in that certain way. Berlin can suck you in a little bit, and you can attract the wrong people sometimes. Also can attract the right people. They have good heart and good intentions, but there is sometimes a tendency to slip into bad habits in this city. So definitely surround yourself with the people that you want to be with and be like possibly in the next 5 years. If you wanted to get in shape and be fit, don't be hanging out with people who are lazy, and don't do anything like that. If you've got career goals and aspirations, try not to hang around with people who don't care about that sort of stuff. It's pretty simple, really. But these things you work out in your 30s, and it's fine to be with party people still and have fun. You are still young, you've got loads of time left. Number 4, your actions tell you the truth. It's all well and good thinking about you wanting to change your life, wanting to get into fitness, wanting to start that new career. But if you don't put them into action, and you just watch YouTube videos, for instance, like this, or you don't just scroll on Instagram, TikTok, we all have the same 24 hours in the day. So doing action every day, even if it's a tiny bit, makes a difference. I used to think to myself when I was in my 20s even that, oh my God, I don't have time to go to university because I'm 22 now after I left the military, or I don't have time to start an apprentice because I'm 28 now, and stuff like that. You realize as you get older, you have time to do all of those things. You just need to do a little bit each day, but it always takes action. So make sure you're putting into action whatever you want to achieve in life, and it will happen. Number 5, relationships either push you or hold you back. Now, Berlin is quite well known for bad relationships. people come here and it seems to be a thing to decide, oh, well, maybe I want to be in an open relationship. Maybe I want to try something new. Maybe I want to experiment. These things are all great, but there is sometimes this pressure from the city to feel like you want to do that. And I think one of the main things you have to realize is communication in your relationship to decide, is that what you want? Because you've both got to want these things or work on them together. Relationships can hold you back in places. You maybe want to try something new and you feel stuck. You've got to be a team together. You don't have to be on the same goals, but you have to have encouragement for each other. I've been in a 10-year relationship now, and it does take work. It takes work, it takes communication, it takes friendship. And I once heard a priest say, even though I'm not very religious anymore like I was when I was a kid, a relationship is patience and kindness. So maybe you have to be kind to break up with that person. Maybe you have to learn patience to be able to deal with that person. But these two things are the main things in a relationship. Giving you an extra thing there. Number 6, things don't always go the way you expected. When I lived in Australia, I was there for 6 years and I thought to myself, I'm probably going to stay here the rest of my life. But there just felt like something missing. I was missing Europe. I wanted to come back here. I was missing the electronic music scene. When I moved here, I did get into bad habits though. I thought to myself, I'm going to be a DJ, I'm going to start making music a lot. And one thing that actually led me down a path was for health and fitness really. But that wasn't before putting on a load of weight from going out and partying and not looking after myself. One thing that you've got to realize is your path might change in life, and that's fine. You want to try new things all the time to see what actually fits and works with you. Your career might change, things might not work out. You might lose your job, a new opportunity might come up. When you change your job, you might meet a different sort of person, and that person might be like, hey, if you want to get into this hobby, you want to try this new thing, go into anything with an open mind. Because sometimes I speak to younger people and they say to me, oh, I'm doing this plan and this is how it's going to work and this structure, but eventually I want to be here and I don't know how what I'm doing now is going to work out. Everything you're learning, whether it's totally different to where you want to end up, will always be a thread to your bow in the future. It will always work out in the end. You will definitely have a final outcome. Even those little things, that pottery class that you might be doing, you might think it might be a waste of time because you should be working on your business, but you might meet someone at the pottery class. You might learn about patience in the pottery class. You might learn about attention to detail. These are all the things that could work into your business in the future. And number 7, it's not too late. It's not too late for me at 40. 40, I feel young. I feel like I'm coming into my prime. I feel like health and fitness now is my main goal in life, and I want to help people change their lives. And I want you to realize that you can change your life at any point. Even if you're 50, 60, 70, your 30s is so young and it feels young when you're in it, but you think to yourself, oh, 37, you're like, maybe I'm a bit confused. I had a little wobble at 37, and that's why I'm making this video, to make you aware that it's fine, you're gonna be okay. A lot of men feel like they're in bad shape. It's too late to get into fitness. It's never too late. I'm a big advocate on health and fitness and changing your career. I've done it many times, and now health and fitness is my main goal in life, and I wanna help men get into the best shape as possible. It just takes 3 things to get into fitness: consistency, intensity, and rest. It's never too late, and it's never too late to change countries. And I'm not saying that changing country is gonna be the magic pill that's going to change your life, but what it is going to do is going to teach you things. It's going to learn you about different cultures. Sometimes I look at people from back home and they're quite small-minded. Sometimes I look at people from back home and they're not. It's just, it gives you an opportunity to open your eyes to what the world can be really like and what people are like in the world. Berlin's taught me a lot. Getting into health and fitness has taught me a lot. Changing careers has shown me that I can do anything if I turn my mind to it through consistency, and you're never too late to do anything. So don't ever feel like you're failing in your 30s. You've got loads of time left. But when you start putting things into action, that's when real change starts to happen.